All right, today is the official debut of the battleship. There's been a couple of videos of me going down the quarter mile. Right now she's running mid-10s, right around 5,600 pounds. But what I want to show is that how I'm doing it. So we have a 2018 F150 four-door Super Crew, and still on pump 93. The truck just made 915 horsepower at the wheel 3 days ago at Palm Beach Dyno. And one of the things that is making it all possible, for one, is the Gen 3 Whipple supercharger that's been CNC race ported from Whipple, and with a Gen 4 rotor upgrade. So as far as I know, I'm one of the only F150s to have this setup. Big thank you to Nick and Dustin at Whipple for taking care of that for me. And I've had a lot of questions, well, how can you make the power that you make with 93 and not running E85? I'm down here in South Florida where you really, you can get it, but for me, it's not, I'm on my way to work or have to go out of the way. So I figured, I don't want to deal with it. Not only that, E85 has a lot of disadvantages as far as, maintenance and, oil changes and things of that sort, where, if you let it sit for a while, you start, accumulating water. So I've been running meth injection for the past, 15 years, and it's worked for me. And right now, with my alky control kit, everything is running really good. 21 degrees of timing, no knock, hitting almost 20 pounds of boost on a Grip Tech 285 pulley. So with that said, it's not for everybody. There is some maintenance and there's some, know how to doing it. Right now I'm on a twin nozzle setup. We got a 15 and a 10, which is good for over 1,000 horsepower at the wheel. You can see it, plumbed into the intake tube right here. Comes down, and the pump is actually mounted, if you look, is mounted right up in there, coming around. And I'm using the factory windshield washer reservoir as the methanol source. And what that does for me is, for one, it's convenient, and two, if the system runs low, I get a warning in the instrument cluster saying washer fluid low. So it always lets me know when I'm running dry. That's one of the things with meth injection is, there takes some owner responsibility with, pump maintenance and keeping the system full. It's come a long way in the past, 10, 15 years. It's been around actually since, World War II, where they were using it on the airplanes. But, typically when there's a failure, it's due to owner error. Prime example, I run 100% methanol, and I cycle my pump out every year, because I don't care who you use, what company, doesn't matter. The rubber over time inside the pump will break down. It will fail. You have to cycle the pump out. The guys running 50-50, that's a whole nother debate. I run strictly 100% VP M1 methanol. I will not put water into my system. I don't want it. I want the octane. I want the cooling. And if you come around inside the truck, so nice clean setup. I have my pack controller here. That's where all basically the controller for the meth injection, where it sets the turn on and the pump ramp rate. So that's all set. And then right down in here, I have my gain controller, so that's going to show, determine how aggressive the pump ramps up once she sees boost. And I have my LED light, which will go from red to green to let me know that there is pressure in the system. I believe it has to be greater than 50 psi to go from red to green. So every time before I do a hit, I hit the little test button and I wait for my LED to go from red to green. That lets me know that I do have pressure in the system. And the way that I validate that is on my N gauge. I'm watching my lambda, and lambda will drop significantly because you're introducing methanol into the engine, and it's going to run super rich when you're cruising around. So I know that when my lambda dumps rich, I know that the system is working and I'm ready to do a hit. These are just some of the things that make a system want to work the way that it's going to work. I can never make 1,000+ horsepower on just 93 alone. So just kind of showing everything. Other than that, everything's pretty standard, just a bunch of bolt-ons, and hopefully in the next week or two we'll be seeing a 9-second slip. Not bad for a family cruiser with 4 doors, a bed, and all the other jazz.